Hi Aries, this is your February 2026 reading. My name is Carly. I'm Mystic of Venice and welcome to my channel. I like to start by clearing the energy. We take a deep breath in and out. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please be here now to give Aries divine messages for their highest good. We welcome you and thank you for being here. Please protect this space from any negative energies. All right, so let's get right into it. I want to start by pulling a couple of themes of the month and see what's going on for you. And if you're tuning in and it's not February, these messages are timeless. And if something in the title caught your eye, there's definitely a message here for you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, so themes of the month. I'm using the Star Code Oracle, one of my favorite new decks. Themes of the month for Aries. What's going on for Aries? You got conjunction, which is alliance. Okay. So let me take a look here. Conjunction, alliance. In this, it shows, I think these are ducks, or geese. I think they're ducks, flying together in conjunction. You know, together they like form, uh, like one person is at the front and they take turns, like leading into the front till one gets tired and then they switch to the back. So it's like working well with other people. And then you have Sun, Source, tapping into Source, spiritual downloads. You may be seeing angel signs, a lot of angel signs at this time. Um, Or you could be tapping actually into light codes when you're out in nature in the sun. Like, you know, when the sun is like glistening through the leaves and it makes like a, you know, interesting little design and you're focused in on that and it just kind of takes you to like a meditative place. Um, you know, that could also happen on water when you're looking at water, like in the sunlight. So the ocean out here, it looks like diamonds. Like certain times of day, it glitters like diamonds, and sometimes you can just stare at the water and see like water light codes, which just basically it's like a way to zone out to activate a meditative state where you can like kind of tap into source code energy, right? So I'm saying I'm thinking that's like either naturally going to happen or it's saying to make time for that, make time for those moments that you can be in stillness and like tapping in progressions, journey. Whether this is physical or metaphorical, I feel that like you are like in the process of going somewhere, you know, learning journey or just like changing to where like when you're done with this certain amount of changing, you'll feel like you've landed in a new place. And then you also have Jupiter, the planet of luck, and this says abundance. It almost looks like a cornucopia. It's got everything you need. Everything you need. You will be able to have everything that you need, like the universe provides. And we will also take a look and see how this ties in to your tarot, because usually they do. Usually they do. All right, so I'm going to start with the Smith-Waite Tarot. Pull a couple of these out, start to see what's going on, and then pull some clarifying cards. All right, so what is going on for Aries in the month of February? What is going on? Oh, and there's like a big eclipse coming up on February 17th. We have a ton of planets that have just gone into Aquarius. There's a lot going on. Wow, you got the Tower. First thing, the Tower. What's going on, Aries? You probably don't know because this is an unexpected shift. This is an unexpected and surprising shift. But like I always say, is that the reason we have these tower moments is ultimately for a greater good. Even if we can't see it at the time and you can't really see the reason for the loss or the upset, you know, a lot of times it's just we have too much on our plate, and the universe is giving us a nudge. Um, either, you know, like it's just giving us a nudge. You can't stay the same too long, and sometimes like we hold on longer than we should just to keep things the same. So it's a lot of that. Let's see what other corresponding cards we have. What else? You know, with eclipses, they also bring sudden change. And this is supposed to be a big one. I haven't actually read too much on it. I've read a couple things about it like a month ago, but it was just saying that it was like for a really long time. Um, it's going to last a really long time. I want to say like 6 minutes or longer than usual. Um, so, the King of Wands. So we're expecting some change, right? We're expecting unexpected change. Okay, so King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. This is a lot of action. A lot of action. These could be people, or this could just be um, patience, temperance. Oh, okay, patience. You know, you got Four of Wands and the Four of Pentacles both sideways. Let me pull a couple more out and we'll start to get into this. It looks like you have a big month ahead. Is it 5, 6, 7? Well, we need one more. One more for Aries. What does Aries need to know? Okay. Oh, you got the Three of Wands. Something is hurting your heart here. All right, so I'm going to see. Use this other deck because I haven't taken any out of it yet. What card most represents Aries this month? What is the card most represents Aries? Knight of Wands. Okay. So the Knight of Action. Like, you know, is it Chiron? No. Neptune entered Aries. And so you might just be feeling really at home in your sign. And this is like bringing you up to speed. If you've been feeling sort of sluggish and, you know, not quite yourself the last month or so, you know, during the winter and everything, or a couple months, like this says you're like coming back into your own. And this could be the shift in the planets too, which that was like 14 years. This could just feel really good to like finally like things are gaining momentum and things are starting to happen and you're taking action to make them happen. Fiery, bold, assertive action, right? And so this tower happens here. This could be in the past for many of you. This could be in the past, or the recent past over the holidays. This is something that could have happened. For some of you, it's still on the way. I feel like a lot of you, this is maybe something you still don't see coming yet. Only because of the eclipse. Sometimes when I have the card at the start of the read, I say that's just the past, but I'm just not feeling that for this one. So King of Wands, this could be like a boss or something because you have Knight of Wands or somebody that you're in competition with, somebody that maybe like lording over you or that you are like gaining on. If this is somebody in work or business, it could be, you know, a parent or a husband, wife. So then you have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. You know, I kind of feel like what this is for a lot of you, actually, I'm getting another storyline here, is that this is the growth that you've shown from this tower, this recent tower moment. And so your king, your knight is turned into a king, so you're showing like growth. We'll be showing growth from this unexpected moment. And so then you're taking action. If this is financial, it could be financial because you have the Knight of Pentacles here and the Knight of Cups. So you're taking action like towards a new reliable future here with the Knight of Pentacles. Maybe like a more reliable income, maybe like a more or less risky lifestyle. And with the Nine of Cups, it's taking action towards emotional pursuits. Maybe like allowing a little more love into your life, or just getting in touch with your emotions. And like it shows, I want to say emotional growth, like moving into from the Knight into the Queen, because the Queen is emotionally mature. Also, just it speaks to intuition. So, like taking action using your intuition, because the King of Cups just feels. He's a lover, right? He just feels, right? So you're using your intuition, clairsentience, and your practical nature. Actually, like if the opposite of your practical nature, this earth sign, like it may feel difficult to like move this slowly, but because of this tower moment and this scary moment in finances in the past, it's like you really want to make sure that you're safe this time. Maybe that's why you're maturing into your king era. But it says like you need to have a lot of patience, and also that you have like your guardians and your angels, spirit guides, ancestors watching over you. This also talks about emotional equilibrium. Maybe this is like because you're becoming more mature, now you're able to take actions to like improve your life in such a way that like you'll be the king instead of the knight. It talks about having patience and using your intuition. Um, And also, I always say this when I see this card, there's like these daffodils or irises here, and they talk about like in the springtime, waiting for the spring, but like also, like it doesn't even have to necessarily be spring, although it is spring now, but it could just be like a new springtime of your life, like a renewal of something in your life. Maybe like the opening up of your emotions, this opening up of this emotional maturity, integrating your shadow self with the black and the white horse, doing shadow work, and you're really starting to see more clearly and trusting this intuition in your spirit guides. So you also have these two cards, and I will clarify. We'll go back over it. These two cards both fell out sideways, and this is also. Also, no, that's not here. Uh, this is also fire and earth, right? There are two aspects of the four, where this one talks about celebrations, and it can also be like a wedding or the celebrating of like the next succeeding to the next chapter or level. What am I thinking of? Life major steps. And this one talks about saving money and being frugal. So it's like you want to, what I feel like it's saying is that it's like really need to be temperate between like, when you are saving money and how much you're celebrating. Like, do these things even out? Like, is one heavier than the other? Um, you want to be in balance, which is, I think, why it came out sideways, because it's like wants me to know that these two go together, and that they need to be in balance. Celebrating and saving. You don't want to be like too miserly, but you also want to be smart and save money, conserve your energy. And here it's like you don't want to celebrate too much, because also you want to conserve your energy, but you don't want to not celebrate at all. So it's like about having a healthy balance in that. It could be like Um, I kind of feel for some of you that's about like eliminating toxic behaviors, like maybe like partying a little too much, you know, spending a little too much, whatever this is for you. Yeah, I mean, normally this is a card of celebration, and you celebrate, like you celebrate your wins. I think it's just about balance, right? And so then you have like this Three of Swords, which I actually have no idea why that's here. Uh, so we'll get into it as we clarify, and let's find out what is going on for you. So, what is this tower? Oh my goodness! So you have the Three of Swords in reverse, so you have it twice. So I'm wondering if this is a love situation, like you've had your heart broken before. Um, Maybe you've been protecting yourself from having a broken heart because it's in reverse. There's like little fairies on this one. They kind of look like bumblebees. So it's like you're being protected from having your heart hurt. This is falling out on the tower. Um, so the tower happens so that like you wouldn't get hurt. What else about this tower and this Three Swords? Yeah, the tower happens so you wouldn't get your heart hurt. Four of Swords. You were kind of like dissociating a little bit. In this one, she doesn't look like she's dissociating. She looks like she's, I don't know, kind of looking at somebody with like a sullen look. She's holding one in her hand, but normally this card, it's the, oh, I was thinking the cups. Four Swords. Yeah, she looks like she's like, she's ready. If somebody's going to come at her, she's ready. Like this Four of Swords, the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. So like she's like ready to protect herself and her home, protect her property on this tower. She's trying to, you know. So this is you. Like I feel like this is you trying to uh, hold hold the tower up from falling. You're trying to make it stay, right? It's on fire. People are jumping out. The tops come off. There's a crown. Uh, but she's like, I'm going to protect this because I don't want to have my heart hurt. There's some confusion and like the confusion and worries, but also like a lot of choices. Like you're worried about which choice to make. And you have to use your intuition in this one. Uh, I love this deck because they're all pretty good. Well, there's a dragon in one, a little black cat, a castle, butterfly. I think that one's like fruit or candy, a rainbow, and a mermaid. But usually when you see this card, there's some scary ones in there. There's like a snake and uh, a ghost. That sounds very cool. So you've got some anxiety about making the right choice, and maybe that's why you're trying to stay in the same place. And you may be staying for this relationship. It's like you're trying to, when most people would jump out of a sinking ship, you're like holding on to it. I mean, I don't mean it in a bad way. It's like, you're trying to hold back this Three of Swords moment. Like you're fixing it. It's like everything that starts to break, you fix it, fix it, fix it. And it's like you're, spackling a dam or something. That's how this feels for this collective. Again, these are collective readings. They won't fit for everybody. And there is more than one story here, but, if you want a personal reading, I do those as well, and I do them through video calls. So, um, yeah, just send me a message and let me know, and I can give you more information about that. Okay, so King of Wands. Tell me about this King of Wands. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Page of Wands. Yeah. This could be a child. You could be staying for a child, but then you are Seven of Pentacles. Like wondering if you're getting enough return on investment. If this is like a relationship, a marriage that's not working out, you're wondering. Uh, this is the one. It talks about reflecting on the amount of work and effort you're putting on something. Like, is it working? You kind of like go back and rework it. What's working? What's not? How can we tweak this? You know. So this could be a family situation. Well, I think for a lot of you, this is family. It's a couple with the Lover's card, and so you're like reflecting on all of this hard work that you're putting in, and you're wondering if it's worth the rewards. You can see you're almost at the finish line. Nine of Pentacles. Like um, you've worked hard on what it is that you're doing for yourself here, or for some business or investment here, in your line of work. Uh, yeah, or something that you're putting effort into, and it's paying off, or you're seeing that it will definitely pay off, so you're keeping at it. um you're diligent. Oh, and Six of Pentacles. Oh wow, Wheel of Fortune. I didn't think this whole stack was going to be applicable, but it definitely is. So Six of Pentacles, it's like you're waiting for equity, like you're waiting for to like get what you're due for this hard work, so that you can be self-sufficient and like have a more reliable, stable life. Like it's felt pretty like crazy lately with the Tower. Like, you just kind of want to have like a more chill kind of less exciting, be able to enjoy, like maybe working less, but enjoying the things you work on. And I see here with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse that your bad luck is finally coming to a close and your good luck is coming in. And the Wheel of Fortune isn't just luck, it's money. What is it? Milk and honey. Show me the money. And this one, what do they have here? Just all the suits are present with different types of leaves. It's like everything you've been working all year has culminated to this point of like this good fortune is finally coming in. It's like your ship is finally coming in. So yeah, it looks like it's paying off, whatever you've been working on. And then you have the Four of Cups. This is one I thought was coming in at the beginning, the Four of Swords. It's you may have been feeling a little dissociated from your situation, or you didn't want to look at everything that was going on. You have like, you know, um, these three real cups, and then you have one cup that's a divine inspiration from the gods. But it may be just like it's not even just, it could be dissociation, but it just could be like you're still stuck in an old mindset. Like, even though you've changed so much, your mindset still like reflects like the old you, and so you can't like see the good things that are happening to you as is. um you just can't see it. You still have this like negative mindset of like and it's about changing perspective in your emotions. It's like kind of almost like not believing that like this good luck is coming in, not believing um this. That's what the Four of Cups on this says to me. And this was all on the King of Wands, Page of Wands. This is you. This is action that you've been taking. It's like sometimes you feel really mature, but sometimes you just feel like a kid. You're not sure if you're doing the right thing, or um, maybe more like emotionally explosive. But things are starting to go your way. So let's see. Let's keep going. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. These are the actions that you're going to be taking You know, Knights are actions, and so the steps that they're going to take. The Pentacle towards practical stability, reliability, success. The Knight of Pentacles is a winner. He takes it very slow, methodical. He thinks he's, the turtle in the hare. That's who this is, right? And he always comes out on top. Um, the Knight of Cups this is about emotions and like getting more in touch with your emotions, perhaps like tapping into just how you feel more, like because you do have this dissociated card, like maybe you just like haven't really had time to think about how you feel because everything's been so crazy for a little while. It's just been kind of like powering through it, right? Rather than having time to like see, do I like this? Like, is this where I want to be going? You're just like trying to hang on and like get, you know, um, just stay safe from like month to month rather than like having like an actual real direction like you normally do. But I think with like uh, dreamy Neptune coming into Aries, it's just going to be really good for your sign. And Pisces is like the opposite. You know, the water puts out the fire, and so it's like it's been a hard 14 years, Aries. It's been a lot of growth, and you had Chiron in your chart, and I believe that's actually gone. Don't quote me on it. I'm not an astrologer, but yeah, yeah, I believe that one transited out like in the fall last year. Quote me if I'm wrong. Please put a comment below, and we will, because I know it was like going back and forth for a little while. But so you're like starting to feel into your power. You're seeing results of the fruits of your labor. I mean, of your work. You know, um, you're starting to feel the difference, or will be. Like if this tarot moment hasn't happened, then this is coming up for you, and you can come back and revisit this reading. Sometimes when you get a reading, like things don't make sense at first, and then like as you go about your week or couple weeks, like then you're like, oh, that's what they were talking about. I see, you know. So that could be happening here. Oh, strength. It says to have strength. It's taking a lot of strength for you to move slowly. Um, and justice. It's taking a lot of strength to move slowly and to, kind of like do the opposite of what your nature is, but it's just like you're learning how compassionate and patient you can be as well. Um, it's making you abundant. There's a lot of roses here. This card, a lot of roses here. It's making you more abundant, this new approach you're taking, right? And so, like, again, the scales of justice are turning in your favor, and you're going to start to, like, you know, people are noticing. You're going to start to see the rewards with the Wheel of Fortune and the Justice card. It's like the Wheel of Karma is turning in your favor, and sometimes you don't always get the payout, the energy back from the universe for the thing that you were putting energy into. Sometimes if you've been working on something a long time and you really don't see much fruit for your labor there, the universe will like reward you in some other way. So look out for that. Oh, have faith. That one really wanted to pop out. The Knight of Cups. Again, Knight of Cups on the Knight of Cups reverse. This happened to somebody with a different card. Yeah, it's like your emotions are a little hot and cold, up and down. Um, you know, you may want to spend some time getting in touch with yourself. Where was that? Getting in touch with yourself. A journey, getting in touch with your deep emotions. Getting in touch with source to transmute your deep emotions. What else here? Tell me about the Knight of Cups. Why do we have that? It's also, didn't we say shadow work? You're doing shadow work. Here you are in your emotions, both the black and white cards on the outside of the border and in reverse and facing each other. So it's like you're looking in the mirror, doing shadow work, reflecting on yourself, on your emotions, and like releasing these, like doing the work, getting the downloads in order to like heal some of these things, and some of these things are no longer going to affect you because you're going to have worked through that energy, and that's just, those things aren't going to bother you anymore, right? They're just not going to bother you anymore. And yeah, congratulations, this is really, really tough stuff. But you know, with this like end of this 9 cycle going into the 1, I feel like, you know, and the releasing, the shedding of the snake, I feel like you've really been doing the work, the inner work, and you will be doing the work this month. Like if you're doing any sort of, oh, you could do so a St. Bridget's ritual, or and the full moon is also on St. Bridget's, so it's really, really great for doing that final release of past outdated versions of yourself and things that you want to let go of. And you can also plant seeds of intention, and then you cultivate that seed, like physically as well. Like you plant it in a little pot and you water it, and like make sure it's good. And as it grows, like your wish grows. You know, your intentions that you're manifesting, your prayers, and so yeah. So it's really where the beginning of New Year's resolutions come from. That idea, but it's all traditionally done when the ground is defrosted or started defrosted enough to put a seed into, right? Um, so I feel like you're doing that kind of work, some, you know, altar work, getting in touch with your ancestors, ancestor work. Yeah. Um, Integrating your shadow self. Okay, so why is the Temperance card here? What about the Temperance? These are your guardian angels. You know, if you have passed on loved ones, they're by your side. You have ancestors that you haven't even met or heard of that are on your side, um, pr- protecting you, watching you, like sending you good luck, fortune, messages, butterflies, all of these things. Ooh, heavy swords here. Okay, so you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. This came on Temperance, right? It's like you're regaining your clarity of a situation, or, you know, because you were confused before here with this tower. You were like having these kind of worries and confusion, but with patience, you can really regain your clarity and your strength and your confidence. Your confidence, you know, you're funny, you're witty. Um, you're also not one to be like trifled with, like played with, because you can like, you know, like cut through the webs of any um, buddy trying to pull the wool over your eyes, right? So Temperance, right? I think it's, you're leaving behind this confusion. You're leaving behind this confusion. You're leaving behind um, the past versions of yourself, that like past mindsets that no longer serve you. You're stepping into this new. You just, you know, if this is like negative self talk or being cold to yourself, you know, like your angels, you don't want to do that anymore. Your angels don't want to do that anymore. You have to talk like kind to yourself, and that's why you're dealing with like these old outdated like ways of thinking, and like ways of thinking about yourself. You're leaving that behind. This also could be some sort of with the pentacles. This is also could be the way that you were doing your finances, making your money. And then you have the Ace of Swords, which says yes, when you leave this situation is when you regain this clarity. You know, when you there's a falcon here, a hawk. They fly really high, like when you think bird's eye view, and so that's why they can see so clearly, because they can look at like the whole valley or over the mountain, over the, you know, to see probably in this case their prey, but they're also surveying the land and stuff, you know, probably mapping it out, stuff like that. So it's saying that you're really going to have a huge streak of clarity. It's the beginning of a new way of thinking, a new perspective. Um, yeah, like you're just really changing a lot. I feel like people are noticing too, you know, that you're more confident and able to put your ideas out there. Ace of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, King of Wands. Ace of Wands. So you have two aces, Ace of Swords and Ace of Wands. This is fire and air. This is a perfect combo because of, like, the air makes the fire grow bigger. This is like, I really think this does have to do with the planets going into Aries and you just feeling really good in your skin, really confident. You know, you've gotten through the woods here, and now you're like becoming more stable, um, stable enough to deal with your also your emotions. It's sort of like you're kind of just doing a total transformation. I'm actually surprised the death card hasn't come up here. But so you've got these two aces, and you're not going to have to work as hard with the Eight of Pentacles upside down, or you want to do work that requires less effort and less isolation, because it's in reverse. You're done with that, right? See here how this is the Nine of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles, let's be honest, she probably works for somebody, but she could work for herself. Either way, like, she's alone in the middle of the night, polishing, you know, pentacles. She's working all the time in order to earn the money, right? But this is where you're at now. She's the Nine of Pentacles. She's the next one. It's the next level. And she is there enjoying her garden, you know, and her pentacles have like flowers around them. I think they might be the only ones like that. Like this one doesn't, these ones are not bloomed at all, right? Like these ones have flowers. So yeah, so you're not going to do that anymore because it was in reverse. Um, you're in your soft life era. You're going to work smarter, not harder. And then King of Wands again, right? Didn't you have it at the beginning? Yeah. Like you've grown from the Knight of Wands to the King of Wands. You've emotionally matured, but you're also like even more passionate, more fun, like even more of yourself. The King of Wands has the Leo for courage on the chair. Um, infinite growth, you know, from the Ace of Wands to the King of Wands. That's a full, you know, you're fiery, you're confident, you know your worth. Okay, so let's see here. I think that's actually why this is here. So you're, you know, you're really proud of how far you've come. People want to celebrate with you. You might be hearing from like old friends. You see how good you're doing. Want to hang out, or you could actually just be celebrating this confidence, going out more. Oh, confidence, success, happiness, joy. Yeah, so you have these two cards together. So this is all making you very happy. You're going to be, it's going to feel like a whole new life, right? Compared to the tower energy that you had there with the broken heart and the lovers. Now it's like happiness and success, right? The Nine of Pentacles is a single lady, right? She's a single lady. She's self-sufficient. She can do it on her own. You know, she's highly abundant by herself. And like if you're leaving a relationship, this is saying like this is the new era. It's like a do-over. I mean, sorry, that's getting really bright. The World card, the chapter, the new chapter. It's a brand new chapter in life, and you're literally celebrating your success. People are talking about it when you're not there. With the Three of Pentacles in reverse, people are talking about how well you're doing. It's not the worst gossip, right? People are talking about how well you're doing. Yeah. Right? That's amazing. I mean, come on, Aries. Like, woohoo. Alright, so you have the Four of Pentacles. So maybe saving for something, or you just, because you're trying to be more reliable and stable here. So it's just telling you to save, rest and reflect. Also a Four. You had that earlier. It just says it's not giving me rest and reflect here, but in the original deck, it's rest and reflect after battle. Usually they go here to like recover in the monastery, like when being injured in a battle or any sickness really, but with the swords. So you need two fours. Save your energy, save your money, rest and reflect for this new chapter, right? Very abundant new chapter. You're not gonna be out in the cold. That's why you're saving now. Like it's like this is your fear, being out in the cold again. Um, you know, being sick, being broke. So that's why you're saving so much. You're saving your energy. You're taking care of yourself because you are working to become the Queen of Pentacles. Like you're here now, but you're gonna grow and you're gonna have your cake and eat it too, Aries. This could also be someone coming in to help you. If you are in a financial situation, which I'm sure some of you are, it's just been really rough out there. I mean, in the world, it's like everything's expensive and like, yeah, nothing's really getting too much easier. So it could be somebody stepping in to help you. But it's like, I feel like this is sort of just going back to this here. Like you are going to be successful, but like not without work. And so like you may still be in this situation, but you need to have the mindset of this person, who is extremely lucky, confident, passionate, and self-sufficient. Give yourself a little credit, but you're going to be seeing a lot more of that. Oh my God, the Wheel of Fortune again. See, what did I tell you? Luck and money. Show me the milk and honey. Wait, show me the milk and honey money. God, I can't remember it again. Okay, but yeah. Shoot. You have the Wheel of Fortune twice. Like, this is the best. Right here. This is the best. All in one reading. Oh my God. Oh my God. Aries, what is going on? Please tell me in the comments. Yeah, I want to know what's happening for you, if this is resonating, or if you're just working on something right now, have been working on something. Yeah, you're going to be seeing results, right? Because we got people noticing. And you're not going to have to juggle the bills anymore. You're not going to have to juggle the bills anymore. And you're going to repair your heart. Yeah, so, why don't we pull, you know what, we had that Three of Swords. I just have to, why is that Three of Swords? Ace of Swords. Yeah, you're just leaving home behind. Like an old identity of yourself. You're leaving a part of yourself behind. Uh, like parts of you behind that you love. Like if you're leaving a career and doing a new one, or with the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, but you're going to be successful. Oh my goodness, you are going to be successful, right? And so maybe it's like leaving behind this like lack mindset person is hard. Like having the pain of knowing you've been in lack. Uh, but this, you have success, you have celebration, you have recognition, community, passion, notoriety, whether you're looking for it or not. The Six of Swords always, it's like people are noticing how successful they're coming to cheer you on. They come to cheer that soldier on um, when he gets home from the battle because they're like, we heard the story, we want to cheer you on, throw you some flowers. Yeah, and it's going to be the end of your burdens. And again, you got, like, Spirit really wants me to emphasize this. Where was the other one? You got this twice. The Two of Pentacles, you're not going to have to juggle anymore. You're going to have more fun. This is coming. Um, and you got the Ten of Wands. You're putting the burdens down. You're releasing the past mindsets. I highly recommend you doing this St. Bridget's lighting the candle and planting the seed, and then you can, like write what you want to manifest into this year. And yeah, that's a really good one. And also, lighting candles is something for St. Bridget, and that is, you can do it tonight. You can also do it tomorrow, and I think you can still do it anytime in the first week or so. So yeah, the first 2 weeks. We're not gatekeeping over here. You can do whatever you want, really. But it's when you do it in line with the St. Bridget's Day, it really I guess amps up the manifestation. But you can do the seed and intention thing anytime, and also candles and yeah. Well, this was really amazing. I hope you enjoyed it. If you made it this far, please like this video and follow my channel. I'm just a small channel. I'm trying to grow, and I would love to have you on board. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.